How frustrating is the scale? How many times have you stepped on it expecting to see this huge loss only to see a pound down? You worked so hard on your diet, ate all that healthy food. You busted your tail in the gym and 1 pound? Is that it? If you've ever walked through that experience, this is the right video for you. My name is Jordan, and today I want to walk through exactly how fast you can expect to lose body fat when in a fat loss phase. I know we all want to lose all of that weight so quickly because we're motivated and finally ready to make that change. But that rate may be a little bit different, and we might need to adjust those expectations in order to not just lose the weight, but to keep it off. In today's video, I want to cover the exact rate of loss that I work with all of my clients to stay within. The one where we feel comfortable and confident in the recommendations nutritionally and training wise to stay where we're at, to not push any further into a deficit, to risk hormonal issues, hunger related or craving related issues, and to keep our bodies feeling good. Then we're going to talk about what happens when you lose weight too fast, how that can affect you long term, and what that might do to your body systems. Last, we're going to talk through something called cyclical dieting, or sometimes known as the seasons or phases of dieting. It's something that I utilize with so many clients and is so undervalued in fat loss journeys. So the first thing we want to address is, how fast do we really want to lose weight, or what should we expect to see? Now, when we start out, the first couple weeks of your fat loss journey are pretty misleading. They're the times where you see 3, 4, 5, sometimes even 7 pound losses in a week. And then you set that expectation for rates of loss in weeks to follow. But here's the thing. You can't keep up with that. As much as we would like to, because that would mean our 20 pounds would be off in a matter of weeks, it's not going to stay off. Typically, that initial drop in weight is usually just fluctuations in inflammation, in bloating, in water retention. It's a lot of your gut just pushing the gunk out. So what is the appropriate rate of loss? With all of my clients, we look to maintain a 1/2 to 2 pound rate of loss per week. Now I know. In the beginning of this video, I talked about how 1 pound can be incredibly frustrating, and I get that. But I see that coming from the expectations we set from ourselves from weeks 1, 2, and 3, where we're still working to get some of that stuff out of our gut. But a 1/2 to 2 pound rate of loss means that we're eating enough calories to keep ourselves satiated and satisfied, which means we're preventing a lot of hunger and craving cues, which means that we are going to give our body the energy for its day-to-day activities, to keep up with workouts, family, work. We're also going to prevent some hormonal issues that can lead to further issues in how our body functions, our male and female processes, as well as some of the ways that we build muscle and how we go about sleep and recovery in this journey. A 1/2 pound to 2 pounds sounds small, but if you look at it this way, if you lose 1 pound a week for an entire year, that's 52 pounds. If you're lucky enough to lose 2 pounds a week, that's 104 pounds. Even a 1/2 pound, that's 26 pounds. I know so many people who would take losing that in a year. And while we still may like to jumpstart and push that journey up a little bit, the cool part about this rate is that we keep it off. It's done so that we don't gain it back. And that is the ultimate goal. If you've tried to lose weight and you've found that you lost a really big amount of weight in the first couple of weeks, to only be frustrated by that 3rd or 4th week where you only lose 0.2 to 0.5 pounds, drop a comment below. We can help you, and we can adjust that rate of loss to prevent those big drops early in the weeks, to make sure that we continue a steady, gradual loss that's continuing to trend downward. Now, our second point is to talk about what happens when we lose too quickly. We mentioned it kind of in point number 1, but we're really risking putting that weight back on. And that's the biggest thing that we want to stay focused on. You're not here to just lose that weight for a month. Your goal is to get it off for good. And when we lose too quickly, your body doesn't really realize. It takes a while for it to catch up and to process what's happening. When it processes and realizes that it lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks, it gets scared. Your body starts to, whoa, I'm not quite ready for that. I'm not ready to be 20 pounds lighter. So it does and goes through processes to modify and to adjust for it, to kind of bring some of that weight back on. And that can be done or seen in incredible increases in hunger, cravings through the roof for so many different things. More fatigue, lower energy levels, poorer workouts, more soreness from those workouts, poor sleep quality. We could feel lack of focus and mental clarity. The list really does go on. We could take it down to a physiological level and look at cravings. We could look at hormones. We could look at muscle building processes, digestive processes. They're all affected. And as much as you would like to lose that weight quickly, we don't want those. We want to see that weight stay off, and we want to feel good about it. We want to feel satisfied. We want to feel energized. We want to feel confident, focused, having great nights of sleep. Because that's what's going to help us stay committed to this when life gets a little challenging. If you've tried to lose weight and you've done it too quickly before, hit that subscribe button. This channel is designed to provide you tips and tricks to avoid that rapid weight loss, to help you get to that ultimate goal, but in a sustainable way. One where you don't feel icky throughout the entire journey, and where you get to the end and you don't feel like you're going to blow it in your celebration at the end. Hit that subscribe button, and I will put out videos every single week to help you stay within this acceptable rate of loss and keep that weight off for good. The last thing that we want to talk about in this video today is cyclical dieting or seasons of dieting. It's something that's so undervalued and underused, and something that we forget as coaches sometimes, but as people we're not even aware of. Just like there's fall, winter, spring, and summer, there are seasons of diets. There's an off season. There's a preseason. There's an in-season. There's a postseason. Now you may be thinking, I'm not an athlete. I'm not training for sport. And that's okay. That's not for just athletes. You have seasons where you really want to focus on your fat loss. You have seasons where life is so busy and you're so stressed out with work, with family, with your social life, whatever it may be, that fat loss is a total afterthought. And we have to focus on giving your body the right resources, maintaining that weight, and getting through this season of life. Then there come phases where we need to prepare the body to actually get back to a diet. Start tracking our food, understanding where it is that we're at, taking a look at how many calories are going in, where our biofeedback is at, so that we can prepare and set up a fat loss phase that's best for you. Then after we go into that in season, we lose the weight that we hope to, we create the body composition that we've dreamed of. After that, we have to make some adjustments and go through a period to gradually bring those calories back up, eat at a higher caloric rate, and maintain that weight. It takes some practice. There are seasons of diets that are so valuable to the entire journey. If you want to look at this in a grand scheme of things, off season really should be around the holiday season. Sometime shortly before Thanksgiving through the new year. Because who's really going to cut calories and diet over Thanksgiving and your holiday season at the end of the year? Then you wrap up and you look at the beginning of the new year. That's where January should really be that time where we start to prepare that body for fat loss. Start to look at what it is that we're doing and where we can make some adjustments. Then February, March, that's where we really roll into things. And then summer, that body's primed and ready, and we work on maintenance. We work on keeping that body in the best condition possible because we're wearing less clothing. We want to show off the body that we've built and created. If you're somebody who really struggles with cravings and hunger on a diet in a fat loss phase, I've created the cravings cheat sheet for you to grab hold of by clicking the link in the description, because it's something that you can use every single day to curb those cravings and not let that be the reason that you fall off your diet. Because no matter how fast you're losing weight, cravings are still going to be there. Hunger is still going to be there. It's managing and working through those that differentiates you from failed diets again to successful diets in the future.